Pistachio coffee. So yesterday I was very lucky and I met with 3 imam and they let me sleep in their mosque.
والله get exposed.
So the day before I crossed paths with a local farmer and just gave him a quick wave. But while I was prepping the bag the next morning, he recognized me. He walked over and handed me a whole bag of walnuts. Even though this region is relatively poor, it's very religious and the people are very generous. Just as I was about to leave, the imam invited me to stay for breakfast. Honestly, it was easily the best breakfast I ever had in Turkey so far. Everything was local. Fresh olives, candied figs, tomato omelets, warm pide bread, all of it washed down with plenty of minced tea. Just before I left, the imam gave me a full bag of pomegranates, pushing his generosity until the very end. With a full stomach, I finally hit the road. The plan for the day was to hit Kata Castle first, then finally make the push to the top of Nemrut Tagi. So while the foundations of Kata Castle are ancient, most of what you see was built by the Mamluk in the 1200s. They used it as a key defensive outpost to control the mountain passes. Like a lot of architecture in this part of Turkey, the castle isn't just built on the mountain. Parts of it are carved directly into a rock face. From the ramparts, you have a 360-degree view of the entire Sender Valley. Back then, if an army was moving towards the mountains, these guys were the first to know. When I went down, I found a little restaurant right across from the castle. So I ordered food and a cup of pistachio coffee.
The other name is Kurdish coffee. But how do you make it?
This is like some fruits.
Yeah.
My mother collects from the trees. So these are after she collects from the trees, she
Yes.
put in a big rock.
Uh-huh.
She mash it and then makes a fire, boil
Okay.
it, come this shape. Now it's finished.
Okay.
Because we have today many visitors. It's like that.
Nice. Okay.
So pistachio coffee is a local specialty made from pistachios. It's thick, milky, and has this deep nutty flavor. Each you weigh differently than a regular espresso.
Café Güzel. Çok güzel.
Then I had a hot pan of sak tava, a local meat sauté with peppers and tomatoes. Even if the view was very nice, I couldn't really stay long. The sun was moving and I wanted to be on top of Nemrut Taghi before it was too late. So the road switched from smooth asphalt to these old vibrating stone pavers that make the whole back rattle. I finally reached the summit of Nemrut Taghi, 2,133 meters above sea levels. It's easy to see why King Antiochus chose this spot back in the 1st century. I think we can agree that this guy had a serious ego, because basically he built this massive 50-meter artificial mound of rocks just to hide his tomb, and it's been sitting here for over 2,000 years. What's cool about the place is the mix of cultures. Antiochus was stuck between the Romans and the Persians, so he claimed he was related to both Alexander the Great and the Persian kings. You can see it in the statues. They have got Greek faces, but they're wearing Persian hats. Originally, these statues were huge, like 9 meters tall, sitting on thrones. But centuries of earthquakes eventually sent their heads rolling in the ground. Now they're just scattered across the terrace, staring at the horizon. Archaeologists think the king is still buried somewhere deep down under the piles of rock. But because the stones are so loose, nobody has ever been able to dig down without the whole thing collapsing. It's a perfect, untouched mystery. I didn't stay at the summit for too long, the sun was already plunging down and I needed to find a spot to camp before it got pitch black. So I started heading towards the Diyarbakir. It was actually the place the imams had recommended to me during the breakfast. So I figure I'd make it my next major stop. I finally found a decent patch of grass right next to a river. It looked like the kind of place that you would be usually crawling with mosquitoes.
Oh,